Hey, yo, the bunny. But what's up with the bunny?
Got your notes right? We ready to roll? We ready to roll on fucking Easter, right?
Easter.
Easter's next is tomorrow, right? Easter's tomorrow.
Sunday.
It's already tomorrow. All right, man. This was hard, dude, because I thought that Easter was like a completely fucking hoax, right? Until I started talking with a friend of mine, and then kind of opened my eyes a little bit into the whole Easter celebration, right? The rising of Christ and all of that, and then, but okay, but what we can say, these are the facts. These are the facts, right? Easter is a pagan holiday, correct?
It's a mix, right?
No. Easter, the word Easter is not mentioned in the Bible at all that I know of. Could be wrong. I've never researched it. I've never seen it in the Bible. The word Easter comes from the Anglo-Saxon word. I did my research, man. The Anglo-Saxon word what was it? Estara or some shit like that, which the pagans, the Wiccans celebrated, right? Because it's the start of a new equinox of spring or some shit. I don't know. I didn't really read into it. Yeah, it's a god. Yeah, dude, it's a goddess on of fertility, right?
Yeah.
Goddess of fertility, which that's where the bunny comes. That's where the bunny, because bunnies like to fuck, dude. They be fucking all the time. Have you ever had bunnies?
No.
Bro, they be fucking. Bunnies be fucking, like, constantly, man. Babies, bunny, everywhere. So that's why that's because whenever I was young, I'm like, well, when I was young, you don't think about it, right? You're just like, oh, Easter, great. Once I got older, I'm like, what the fuck does a bunny got to do with anything? Like with Christ, like what the fuck does that got to do with anything, right? I mean, fertility. That's what it has to do. So that's the fact. Those are the facts. People celebrate Christ dying and resurrecting, right?
Yeah.
And also people are celebrating at the same time, which I think is a Passover for the Jewish people that didn't believe the Passover.
Yeah.
And then other people celebrate, and I'm talking about like Wiccans and pagans celebrate the equinox shit. A goddess. Basically, they are celebrating another deity that's not Christ, right? At the same time.
Yeah, it's like the finally saw that Midsummer movie.
Are you sorry?
I saw it, and I guess that's part of the celebration,
Uh-huh.
something like that. They just do those dances. It's a trippy little movie. It's pretty trippy.
And dude, it's real though. Like that's the thing. Like when I look at this movie and people see it as fiction, dude, I see this like, dude, it's real. Like there's cults today, dude, celebrating that shit, doing human sacrificing, dude. They're still around, man. People think that they're not, like, dude, they're around. People go missing all the time, bro, all the time. Kids, we were talking about that last time, dude. People go missing all the time. You know what I'm saying? And I guess the conclusion that I came to was, and I'm mainly speaking to the people that believe in Christ, right? If you believe in Christ, this is who I'm talking to. Why would you want to celebrate something, right? When you have Wiccans and pagans celebrating to this deity on that same day. You know what I'm saying? Like, why would you want to be a part of that at that time? I'm not saying, oh, Christ came, right? He did his thing. We all know that. He ascended, right? Don't forget that shit. That's important, bro. He resurrected. That's what we celebrate. Well, I don't know about y'all. Well, I mean, I do that every day, bro. I celebrate that shit every day. I try to, right? Throughout the whole year. Now, I choose to not celebrate this weekend because I know in my mind that there are Wiccans and there are pagans celebrating this thing, right, on Sunday. So that's why I don't do it, because I don't want to be a part of that energy that's going to be going around that day, right? So that's what I got to say to people. It's like, whether we don't know for a fact, right? I don't know for a fact. I don't know for a fact if Christ really resurrected this Sunday, right? I don't know that. I know he did resurrect it. I don't know when, right? But I celebrate that shit all year, every day, every night, dude. I try to, bless you. I try to, like, hey, you know, thank you, you know what I'm saying? Pay my respects every day, bro. It should be an everyday thing, not just once a year. You know what I mean? That's the point that I want to make across.
So no, you mentioned the bunny, and brought some notes.
Mm-hmm.
Told me some notes last time.
Bust them out.
Bust some notes out. So the Easter bunny apparently is like a Christmas Saint Nick version for the pagans. So it's like he's like their Santa Claus. Like,
okay.
German wise, he brought like gifts and candies to children. So he's like a mini Santa Claus, but you celebrate sooner.
So okay, so that pays into the whole commercializing Easter, just basically how Christmas is done, right?
Yeah.
But I also read that Sweden, or I could be wrong. Some countries in Europe have different animals, not a bunny. That a bunny is traditionally like an American thing, and by American I do include Mexico and Canada, like the Americas. The Americas. It's mainly an America's thing, because other continents be having different type of animals, and I mean, dude, it's definitely an important time of year. It's definitely an important time of year. I just don't see, like, if you are a follower of Christ, right, a true follower of Christ, of course. If you're Catholic, then I don't blame you. You're doing your thing, you know. You're doing what your priest told you to do. You know, I'm not talking to you. I'm talking to the people that are actually followers of Christ, that claim to be of the Protestant church, right? Why would you want to do that, man? In that time, you know what I mean?
Back in the day.
Yeah, it's like, it doesn't make sense to me, dude. You should be doing that, you know, year round. You know, if you wait every year, and a great example, man, Mother's Day. I don't celebrate Mother's Day, bro. And a lot of people are like, when I tell them this, that I don't celebrate Mother's Day, they're like, man, what the fuck, dude? Don't you love your mom? Fuck yeah, I love my mom, bro. I celebrate Mother's Day every day of the year, bro. You feel me? Yeah. I give her presents, like, whenever I can. I go see my mom, right? I take her, you know, when I used to work at Hollister, bro, I'll give her like a little jacket, you know, feel me? A little cologne, you know what I mean? Something nice for her, and my grandma too, because they live together. And I make Mother's Day any day of the year, because I don't need society to tell me when I need to give my mom something, especially once a year, bro. You understand me? So when Mother's Day comes, I don't celebrate that shit, because I don't want to be part of the hypocrisy that some people, man, this might hit hard. Some people just call their moms, dude, on Mother's Day, right? Oh, hey, mommy, I love you. But, dude, you can laugh at me if y'all want. I call my mother every day. Every day I clock out from work, dude, I get in my car and I call my mom. Every motherfucking day, dude. And I'm not sitting here like, oh, you know what I mean? I'm just explaining to you how I think Easter falls into the same ideology, I guess, right? The way that you think should be with Christ the same way. Like, whatever it is that you claim to celebrate tomorrow, right? If you know Christ rising, and then you pray extra hard, or you fast, you know, extra hours, or whatever the fuck it is that you do, you should be doing that regardless. You understand? Yeah, you should be doing that regardless, dude. Not just because it's nah, dude. And we don't even know if it's true, right? We don't even. Well, I mean, not the resurrection. We don't even know if the day happened, you know, tomorrow. We don't know. I don't know. It could be written somewhere. I don't know. I'm saying, and these are all my opinions, man. You know, I'm not saying anybody's wrong for doing. This is what I think and what I believe. You know what I mean? Like. But yeah, dude, like, what you got in them notes, man? Bust them out.
Yeah, like,
I'm curious.
like I always thought it was pretty funny how on like tomorrow, the, like well if there was no lockdown, it would have been packed. Like it would get super packed because like where have you been?
Like Silco Park and shit.
No, I'm saying like the churches, everybody would just show up. Like there's a super sale or something. No line up, it get like super crowded.
Oh,
like,
okay.
Where were you last week? Or the previous week? It's just like, oh, it's my year to check in kind of thing. So there's a lot of people like that.
What do you mean to check in?
Like to check in for like the mass for church. Like if they go to church, you got your regular people that go year round, and then on this special holiday, they flock.
Oh, okay. So, okay.
Show up and say, oh, where were you 3 weeks ago?
Right. Oh, right. Yeah, you're right, dude. You're right.
Oh. Well,
right. And that could go to Catholics too, right? Like even if you go to the Catholic church and you don't go every Sunday, right? And then for Easter you go just because it's Easter, dude. You're a hypocrite. You know, like treat. If you go to church, I don't go to church, man. But if you are gonna go to church, don't just go the times that that are holidays. You know that people. Dude, go random fucking days, dude. Go random days. Nah, you're right, dude. And that all ties into everything. You know, like Mother's Day, Father's Day. I guess Father's Day to me is different because, like, my dad is far away. He's not dead, but he's in another continent. No, not a continent. I'm sorry, another country. So it's not like I can go see him. Even my mom that lives in Houston, you know, that's a 3-hour drive. So I try to go see her whenever I can, right? So that ties into everything, man. Even your friends, dude. Like people, your family. Like, don't just call them on their birthdays. You know, don't just take them out like on their birth. Do it some random day. You know what I mean? Like it doesn't have to be. When the flock does something, I try not to be with the flock. You understand me? Because I don't want to be a fucking sheeple, dude. That I don't want to be following the flock, man. You know, I want to be in my own thing, my own way of thinking. And some people I was talking to this lady, man, about a while ago, and I used to work at a pizza shop, and dude, this lady thought that I was like a fucking Satanist, dude. She thought I was Satanist because I didn't celebrate Christmas and I didn't celebrate Easter, right? And I'm like, man, you're the one that's Satanist, man. You're celebrating pagan holidays that you don't even fucking know, you know? But what she didn't know is that I don't celebrate. I don't know if this is going to make sense. I don't celebrate Easter on Easter Day. I celebrate Easter. Not even Easter, dude, because Easter is a pagan holiday. I don't celebrate Christ's resurrection on Easter. I celebrate it every other day of the world. I mean, of the year. I went like this and I thought it was the world. Because, you know, it's round or it's flat. I don't know. That way, we should go live on a flat Earth video. But anyway, let's not get into that right now. You understand me, Jeff? It's like,
Don't need a holiday.
Yeah, I don't need a holiday to express my gratitude, man. To anybody, you know. I try to tell people that I love my friends, you know, hey man, I love you, man. You know, I love you. My mom, hey, I love you. Gotta spread the love, dude. What else you got? Because JG's over here. What are you doing, man?
Reading.
Reading? What are you reading?
He's reading our comments and likes.
What is that, Luke 2:4? What does it say?
I don't know. It's a video.
Okay, give a shout out to what was it, Gen TV.
Hey man, speaking of shout outs, look at this badass mug that my boy JG got me, dude. Look at that shit.
It's an affiliate link at the bottom.
Nah, look. Cake dealer. Is that fat boy status? Hey, thank you, man. That's pretty dope. I'm not encouraging people to send me coffee mugs. Yeah? I will not shout you out on the video.
Why are you always drinking coffee then?
Because I love coffee, man. Oh, coffee is just... okay, so what else you got, man? Bust them out. Bust it wide open.
Well, the main thing that I kept finding was most religions, their main debate was about who Jesus really was. Like the Jewish don't believe he was the Messiah. The Muslims believe that he was just a really big influential prophet.
Right.
And of course,
But not the Messiah either.
And then the Catholics, see him as the Son of God. And
do they? Do they?
Follow his.
Do they?
Well, they have the.
Because I speak with Catholics and they can't even admit that Christ is the Son of God.
It seems. I think it is.
I mean, let's ask a Catholic. Do you think Christ is the Son of God?
Supposedly.
No. Do you accept that in your heart?
That's what they say.
No. What do you say?
I say, I don't know.
Exactly. There's point proven. not because you're saying that I'm not saying you're wrong, dude. I'm just saying because he made a statement.
It's just because it's like I said, like I'm always telling you, it was something that was said 2,000. Suppose it's 2,000 years ago.
2020.
Wait, 2018. Because I think he was 30.
So I don't know, because supposedly I read somewhere along the way as well that when they started like the actual years, like keeping track, they were all like we're probably all about like a couple years of the actual date. That's what I'm like. It's like whatever.
Okay.
1,000 years ago, 2,000 years plus, supposedly, right? And like I said, I don't know, things would change. To finally someone run like religion-wise, they just kept it in their writings and all that, and it's like, you know what? All right, just we'll use him as our symbol. And then now it's just what it is now.
Man, you made me think of something. I'm about to say something real right now. I don't know if this is if I'm about to pull something out of my ass, but listen to this, man. Really think about what I'm about to say. If Christ, Muslims say he wasn't the Messiah, right? He was just a prophet.
Yeah.
Jews didn't believe at all. Jews were like, no, you're nothing, not even a prophet, right? I could be wrong. I don't know. Are you ready? Bro, if Christ wasn't anybody, why did we reset time? Hey, why did the whole world reset the fucking years, bro, when he died? Or when he was born, whatever. Why? If he wasn't nobody, if people didn't believe him, if people didn't accept him, why did the world, dude? Everybody's in 2020 right now, right?
Yeah.
To my knowledge, why did we reset the whole time, dude, for him? If he wasn't even alive, or if he wasn't anybody.
I know
dude.
I think the high priest Jews were saying that he maybe just caused too much chaos. They had to do something to reset it.
Okay, are you? Is this like real, or you're just like it's just hypothetical?
There's this a series called The Bible that I binge watched real quick. And there's a section that reminded me of Jose where the high priest was saying that, Jesus using demon powers to raise people from death.
Dude, well, that's what they thought. That's what they thought. Yeah. No, yeah, dude, it's in the scripture too. They were like, dude, like, who is this guy? And not only that, but the Christ would say, no, I'm my Father sent me, and people thought that he was like this. I mean, think about it, dude. Like, we're here right now. You hear somebody, like, anybody will freak out, right? But then what people don't understand, dude, is that Christ, there was prophecies of Christ coming. Abraham said it, right? Or maybe I could be wrong on that. I don't want to say things, because I say things and I don't want to say the wrong things, especially with the Bible, right? Because I don't want to be misquoted. But before Christ came, there were prophecies of his coming. So people knew he was going to come, right? People knew that the Son of God was going to come. This is a fact, right? John the Baptist, they asked him, John, because he was baptizing people, and they were like, hey, dude, are you the Christ? And he was like, no, dude. Like, those are, nah, man. So he's coming, though. Actually, he came when John was alive. and he was like, dude, this is the guy that we've been waiting for. So people believe that that Christ just came out of fucking nowhere, man. You know, like, and that Christianity just started coincidentally right then and then. And that's not true. That's simply not true. I believe there's like 300 prophecies of the Son of God coming that Christ fulfilled them all. And what I'm thinking is that, well, it's not what I'm thinking. What it is, the Jewish people, they knew who he was, dude. They knew who he was. Satan had to, because Satan appeared to him when he was in the wilderness, man, and he was like, hey, dude, put him to the test, bro. Because Satan was, think about it, dude. Satan's just chilling. He's not doing no tripping. You know, he's probably out there somewhere. And then he hears that oh shit, there's a guy claiming to be the Son of God. He went and had to make sure it was him, and he did. Dude, they knew who he was, man. That you either look. There's two people in the world, right? Three. I'm sorry. You either believe, right, out of your heart, or you don't. If you don't believe, you are rejecting the truth, right? If you believe, you're accepting the truth. And then there's those that are like, I don't know. I honestly don't know, right? Like, honestly don't know, but they're few. And then in time, they'll go to either way. That's it. You know what I mean?
The one that I saw, it was an article in the New Yorker, where the guy was like having an interview with the Muslim person, and the Muslim person was saying that, oh, you know, that Jesus was a big prophet for them, still is,
right?
He's all in their Quran, and
is he?
Yeah, that's why he's a big prophet in the Muslim.
I did not know that.
And then, but they were saying that, I guess this, I don't know how they did it, but I guess he, in the article, it was saying that, that Jesus, the prophet, and that's in their Quran, he wasn't the one that was crucified. That he like did like a switcheroo.
What the fuck, dude?
And that's how he was able to like keep like going. Like, that's how he like did switcheroo. Like, oh, that wasn't really me on the cross. I'm over here. So
like a fucking Houdini. He busted a Houdini.
So the Muslims say that he was really good, but he wasn't like divine. So it's kind of like, I was like, oh man. This whole time, whenever that happened, that reset, pretty much. So if you don't believe, still believe, or you're in the middle, he did something that changed.
They changed the whole world.
Changed religions. Because if he doesn't show up, then everybody will still either be Jewish, Muslim, or something else.
Oh, okay. I see what you mean. Right.
And then that split between like the Jewish people, they're like, oh, he was nobody, and the Muslims, oh no, he was somebody, but he wasn't divine. He wasn't the Son of God. And then you have the other religions, like Christianity splits, and then you have like Catholics also saying, that he was the son of God.
I mean, do they though? Well, we already went through that.
They do, because like they practice the, I don't know what it's called, but they pass the bread and the wine to commemorate his memory.
Right.
So,
well, okay, yeah. So he had to have been real. He had to have been real because he what you said, changed religions forever, and we reset the time because, dude, somebody had to come and reset the time, right? I think because you didn't answer that question, and no one can answer that, right? It's like, damn, you're right. Like, we reset time. I think he's not gonna find nothing, dude. I did my research, bro. I didn't find shit.
I got the answer right here.
The answer just comes out of common sense, dude. Common sense, right? There's a car out there, right? And you touch the hood, it's warm. Oh, this car has it's hot, right? So it's been driven, right? The hood is cold. It hasn't been started. It's just common sense. Somebody had to come 2020 years ago that reset a time, because before that we have the AD and what is it?
BC.
And BC.
Before Christ.
Before, yeah, dude, right? I mean, dude, it's not that hard, dude. They knew who he was, man. They knew who he was.
After death? Or?
No, AD. I thought it was AC, after Christ.
Oh yeah, ACE.
Right?
It's AD.
What's the D stand for?
It's right here.
Because I remember they changed it to before Common Era and after Common Era, but I never said that shit. It's before
AD
Christ.
stands for Anno Domini, which is Latin for in the year of the Lord. But they
Dude, there you go. The year of the Lord. It's all there, man. And like I said, like people are gonna say the truth, man, and you're either gonna believe it or you're not gonna believe it. And then there's gonna be those few that are gonna be like, dude, I honestly don't know. But if they start researching, dude, the truth will set you free, bro. The word says that the truth is gonna set you free. Plain and simple. Plain and simple. You know what I mean? What is Good Friday? That's when they crucified him, right?
Not too sure.
I think so. I could be wrong.
Yeah, no, yeah.
Good Friday, right?
Yeah, 'cause that's when usually, you know, when I was there, we would do like the reenactment of him getting like the slashes and carrying the
Dude,
cross.
I saw that, dude. I used to be Catholic. I told you, man, that they used to like do the whole thing. There would be a guy, bro, with a heavy cross, dude, and then I'm like, dude, you're a fucking idiot. Why are you doing that, man? Someone already did that for you, dude. That's how dumb you are that you're doing it thinking that it's someone already did that for you. You don't have to do that shit. But anyways, Good Friday, right? Supposedly, no, not supposedly. Christ resurrected on the third day. I'm gonna show you how the devil, dude, plays with these motherfucking things. He resurrected on the third day, right? Friday to Saturday, that's 1. Saturday to Sunday, that's 2. Sunday through Monday is 3. Why the fuck do they do it on Sunday? That don't make any sense.
When we start in the morning, we're like Friday, Saturday, Sunday. It'll be 3 days.
Okay. All
We
right.
start early.
Yeah, you're right.
Right at 12:01.
If so like they were waiting. Okay, 11:59. Like 11, 12. Boom. I mean, I don't know, man. I don't know. It's just weird. I don't celebrate it for that reason. Now, it could be true or not. I'm not saying that the resurrection. I'm not saying that you shouldn't celebrate that as a follower of Christ. I'm just saying don't celebrate it when pagan holidays are being celebrated at the exact same time. That's it. Because didn't the fucking Pope Constantine, was it the Pope Constantine? Didn't he mix the pagan beliefs with Catholic beliefs?
Yeah, I think it was one of the emperors.
Well, yeah, Emperor Constantine, I believe. So he went to the pagans and was like, hey, y'all celebrate y'all's thing while I don't know, man. It's just weird, dude. I don't want to be a part of things like that. You know, when like tomorrow, dude. Tomorrow there's gonna be like some celebration by witches and Wiccans and pagans, dude. You best believe. And at the exact same time, there's gonna be followers of Christ worshiping or some shit. I don't know, man. And I choose not to do any of that shit. I'm gonna wait till Monday and then every day after that. Yeah. Real talk, man. What you got for us, JG? What you got?
I'm just reading like the years starting all that crap.
The years?
Yeah, like starting in BC and AD.
Right, before Christ and
Yeah, like from what I keep reading, is basically it was the church pretty much made it up.
Made it up?
Well, supposedly every culture had like their own way of keeping track. That's why. But it's not until I guess the Roman Empire basically were the ones that. All right, I guess they started. I forgot the emperor already. It said that he adopted like the actual system to it.
Julius Caesar.
Yeah.
I know that guy.
To when it started, and it was something about like I guess later on the church adopted where it was basically started off with Jesus Christ, and then more into later, 100 years later, I guess because how the church got power, and I guess it just spread out. And there's something about supposedly not in 1988 it was actually spread through the whole world war. We're actually in agreement that we're
through 1998.
Yeah, there's something about that.
No, there's no way.
No, but it was like around the year 354, I think, or something, or 500 or something. That's when they were like kind of keeping track, and then the year 700 or something, it was just spreading out more to all over the world. Like, all right, we're gonna keep track using this system.
But why?
Because of if anything, it's mainly because of the church, because they already had it in place in their, you could say, their country, and they had all the power. No,
but why Christ though? And this is mainly for the people that don't believe in Christ, the people that say that he never existed. Why Christ if he never existed?
Because it's the Catholic Church.
Right. So you're saying that they just made somebody up to change time?
No, you could say just hey, Jesus Christ was born, and later on he dies. Later on, the Roman Catholics, right? Catholics are born and all that. The religion, they use that, because later on they have all that power now. They use that religion power, and you say, all right, Jesus Christ was born. He was the Messiah. Yada yada. We're gonna use him, I guess, we're gonna start the date year 1 or whatever.
You wanna know what I think? I think that the only person that might have power of the world, right, like that physical world, is who, right? That guy. We all know what we're talking about. That guy downstairs, bro. I think that Christ came, right, and Satan was like, "Oh, I'm gonna go test this guy that says he's the Messiah, right? I'm gonna go test him." He saw that he was the real thing, dude. He was like, "Oh wow, he's here," and even he had to be like, "Okay, reset the time," because he has to pay the dude. He must have that's like showing respect, kinda, right? But that's what I think happened, is that Satan made it possible for the whole world to be resetted, because he saw that it was a real thing. And then people were waiting for him, dude. People were waiting for the Messiah, right? Just like we're waiting for the return. It was the same thing back then. They were waiting for the first coming, and he proved himself, right? The word says that the sky's open, bro. This dude, everybody saw, oh shit, dude. Like the people that were crucifying him were like, oh damn, he was telling the truth. You know what I mean? The sky open, bro, and it's beautiful shit. You know what I mean? And I think that's what happened. They had to reset time when he resurrected. It's beautiful, man. I mean, even you gotta give the dudes where they're done. You feel me? But what other notes you got, man? I'm curious.
What you got? Well, the main notes that I took was when I was watching the little mini series of the Bible. That's what it's called, the Bible.
The Bible.
And I thought it was the pretty good little summary of what the whole Bible is, because it says adapted from the Bible. So it was pretty interesting. I was it showed you the stories, kind of vivid stories of it. I was like, oh, that's pretty cool. And then it was just very barbaric back then.
Yeah,
I felt like I was watching Game of Thrones.
Yeah,
and
dude.
I was like, wow.
I mean, dude, yeah, dude.
Right.
If you read the Old Testament, dude, God commanded the Israelites, hey, go into this town, fuck them up, man, fuck them up. Don't leave anybody alive, and they'll go and kill them, dude. Yeah, dude, absolutely. Yeah. I mean, this is the Old Testament, you know.
It all does the old through the new.
Oh man, This cop, dude, I gotta take a shit, dude. I gotta take a shit. Hey, y'all keep it going, keep it going. I gotta go.
Hurry up.
Coffee, man.
And I gotta stop this. We're good. We're recording. But yeah, no, it's like it says right here, dude. It's not to like 525. The Arnold Domini dating system was devised. And then it was like not like completed into like 731.
731.
Yeah. Yeah, it's like you can, it's like all this is basically created through like the Roman Empire, you could say, right?
I was gonna bring some Easter bags with the grass and some chocolates. But yeah, people, come up, leave some comments. What do you want us to talk about? Like, subscribe, share the link. Don't report us to YouTube.
Do it, report us. Report us to YouTube.
I said don't report us to YouTube. Like, comment, subscribe, and like.
Oh man, dude.
Let's talk about aliens.
Y'all
Talk
still
about
recording?
that. Yeah, it's live. It's still
Life
going.
is going.
Oh, on the YouTube?
Yeah, no, but
Yeah,
yeah,
I'm
it's,
still
it's
recording.
like I said, it shows that everything's like because of the church, and I think it's only because at that time,
The church was that powerful back then.
yeah, it was because it started with the Roman Empire. The Roman Empire pretty much kind of created Catholic because the Roman Catholic because like at the time the emperor needed something to
Control.
control everybody, like you're saying. You know, they let them do whatever they want, but like they pay taxes.
Yeah, I guess the Romans wanted. They just wanted to get paid. So they'd be like, Jewish people, you do you. Pagans, you do you. And as long as you pay our taxes, we're good.
Yeah, and then because like at the same time, like at the time, I guess when Jesus died, there was a lot of
Chaos.
Christianity came out because of that, and then Christianity was fighting, I guess, with the pagans and the empire, and then it said, I can't have that here.
Yeah.
I need peace in my
What
land.
are we talking about?
All this.
How the church and
Basically, how the church.
had got power.
You can say
through
the
Romans.
church is the one that created
Time shift.
BC and AD.
No. But are you speculating?
Well, that's what I keep reading is because it all goes with the like fucking church and like
The church had that much power.
Pretty much all this with the Roman Empire.
Well, what you're mistaken here is that the church didn't have that power.
They-
Christ
'cause
had
it says
that power. Because
the
Christ
idea of it,
did it.
they didn't come out to like 525. The like 80, like the system wasn't devised like 525, and that wasn't fully improved until like 7 something.
Because we can
Like
say
20 years later, or whatever. And then like 19, like later on, by that time, the Roman Catholic is basically growing in power. It's growing power and throughout the years, and it's growing power. And you know what they did? During the Crusade, they fucking went in the Middle East and took over the lands of Jesus Christ because they wanted to control it.
Mhm.
And then we fought the Muslims, and at the end we lost.
Did they?
Yeah, they
I
lost.
don't-
They
I
lost
don't-
Jerusalem.
Are we? Is it recording?
It's recording. We lost Jerusalem. That was the crusade. The crusade was basically all to try to take the land of the Muslims, where, right, Muslims, Jews, or something.
I have no clue. I don't know anything about the Crusades.
It's basically because like to control Jerusalem and basically where Jesus Christ lived.
Mhm.
The Roman Empire, the Roman Catholics, they want to control that because it's Jesus Christ. We're gonna have control of his land because we worship him. So we went crusade and fought. the Pope even sent. He basically, because at that time the Pope had power. Even prior, like he was in the same in par with the Emperor and all that. He'll send like, oh, you know, we're gonna send a crusade. And fucking like France and all them people that were with the Roman Catholic will send armies into the Middle East to fight. They fought, we won, and then later on the Muslims came and fought back, and then we lost, and then we fought back and we won, and then they finally came back and kicked our ass, and that's why the Muslims, they basically control Jerusalem.
You know why? The Muslims control Jerusalem?
Well, they got Jews steered up, but that's like the where the tomb is, or where Jesus Christ was crucified.
Was it Mount Sinai?
I think it's like basically controlled by like the Muslim people. I think.
Is it?
Or the Jews.
I would love to go.
It's controlled where the point like you as I think a Jew and a Catholic person can't enter the area.
And a Catholic?
Well, they can't enter. It's like forbidden. I don't know, something like that. I might be wrong, but there's an area over there in Jerusalem where you people, especially Catholic people, are there. They can't enter it.
We look Muslim. We should go and check it out. Be like, hey, we're
but I
you,
guess
buddy.
now
We're with you, buddy.
I don't think the Muslims control it now anymore because like later on, I guess just the Jews now control it. I don't know. I just know Middle East is just that's not a fucking issue right there. That's something else that we religion and then fucking U.S. fucked up.
Well, I mean, Israel's a holy land, dude.
But basically, like as I said, you know, church grows in power, and then basically, you know, what we're gonna say this is the actual years, and you know, the calendar was basically was adopted by Julius Caesar, you know, as to make it universal.
And yet the whole world follow it.
Yeah, but it wasn't not until like 1988, I think it was. It says like when they finally established, all right, you know, we're gonna stay with the 12 months, and this is certain days in each month, and this and yada yada.
Till 1988.
I was still reading.
That I don't know. That's a little far fetched, dude. You know.
Yeah. Going back to the Romans, like I was saying on the, I don't know how much politics involved back then, because the Romans were like pretty much the government back then. So they're like ruling over this area, I guess in Jerusalem. They ruled that area. Pilate ruled that area. So then the high priests were like, within their own, they're like, oh, we gotta kill this guy because he's saying our religion is dead, it's over.
Who?
Jesus. They're saying, we don't do that no more. He was saying that to them. And so they had like, I guess within themselves, like they voted that, we gotta, Jesus gotta go. So then, but he had an uprising. There was an uprising happening, and they didn't want to deal with it because, like, we don't want to like get the other half of the Jews mad. So the Jewish people were kind of divided already at that point. So then the high priest goes to Pilate, tells him, "Hey, can you handle this for us? Because we don't want to be the bad guys."
The high priest of who? The Jewish?
The Jewish, back in the day. So then Pilate was like, "No, you deal with that. You're in charge of that area. I'm just, the governor here.
Right.
Don't bring me that stuff."
Well, he asked the Jews. They're like, "Hey, would you rather save him or this?"
Yeah,
I think it was a murderer, right?
Yeah. Before that, like, he didn't want to do it. He's like, "No, you handle it." But then, like the high priest, they couldn't do it. They couldn't like I guess they're like, "Well, we'll just let the people decide." So then that's when Pilate's decision was. Well, I'll let the people decide. Right. And that's when they happened.
I mean, I don't think they even have power over it. Like they say that they killed him. No, nobody killed him, dude. He sacrificed himself. He was killed because he wanted to be. Well, I don't know about yeah. I mean, he wanted to be. He allowed them to kill him. You understand me? It's not. I mean, nobody killed him, man.
Well, they wanted to.
They wanted to because they saw what he was about, dude. He was commanding demons, man. There was a guy who came up to him and Jesus was like, "Hey, demon, be gone," and demons obeyed him, and that's why they were all tripped the fuck out, dude. They were like, "Who is this guy that commands demons?" He's God, dude. I don't know, man. Like all this speculation, because there's a lot of speculation going on right now. The fact of the matter, and these are facts, right? The fact is that the whole world changed the time to him. That's a fact, right? We can all say that's a fact. Now, how it happened, I don't know how it happened, but it's a fact today.
Just through the church, basically.
It doesn't matter. That's a fact. We didn't change the time for Gandhi, right? We didn't change the time for MLK. I love MLK, right?
Well, it's basically because you say they weren't really spreading their religion like how Catholics did. They fucking spread it through all the world.
Did they though?
Basically.
Because I mean, Muslims, Hindus. You're forgetting about Hinduism, and Buddhism. Those are major religions of the world that exist today.
Yeah, but they didn't spread it how, like I said, like Catholics did.
Are you serious?
Yeah, they weren't missionaries like that. Yeah, they were, but it wasn't how like the fucking like Catholics went and wow, they spread it and then how fucking.
I've never seen Catholics do that.
You go
Mormons.
I think I just seen them like they always like
now?
do it out like in Africa and stuff. Like I see that in movies. Like, oh yeah, we're going over here. Or we're raising money to go over here.
Like they went to fucking Asia.
Uh-huh.
You know, missionaries and all that. You know, boom, they started the church now. They got Christians, Catholics over there. Fucking when we came here to fucking we wiped out all the Native Americans here. You know, the Catholics they sent boom priests and all that to convert everybody. And with all that power they fucking had. This is the fucking year 1, year 2, year 3. This is the calendar. You know,
okay, I get that.
That's
what about in Asia? The Mongols, the Mongolians.
That's what I'm saying. It's not until like probably like years later until like they find out. You know.
But they didn't conquer them.
No, I'm saying that it's not until like later on. I guess the government, whatever. Now they decide, all right, you know, we'll use your system of keeping track.
Why would they do that?
You know,
if they already had their own.
Because the whole world's fucking all right. You know, join us or you're dead.
No, but that's what I'm saying. Genghis Khan, dude. Genghis Khan was a ruthless motherfucker. Yeah. Like, what would Genghis Khan be like? Oh, okay, I'm gonna accept your time. He wouldn't.
Well,
he wouldn't.
He probably would. He was smart. He took other people's stuff and used it in his own as well.
I don't know, man. The fact is that right. The whole world reset time. How it happened, I don't know.
Throughout the years, it was.
But it happened, right?
And so I find, like I said,
because of Christ, right?
Because because they, like I said, the church they used them. You know, all right, you want to use this. And
because of Christ.
Boom, we have the power now. We're gonna fuck it.
So like,
what power?
So I believe you're trying to say that the Romans they conquered so much. They had so many religions that they had to control everyone. So that you know what, let's do something that middle ground for everybody. And then they started, you know, Catholics, right? And then they just, instead of like them conquering people, they were just trying to change people to think their way. And then they got so big, they got so much influential power. At that point, they had the power to, you know, we're going to change the time because we can. And we're going to set the mark when Jesus started.
Right.
And they decided that, okay, you know, we're going to do that. And then because also, like, it reminds me of that there's a point where, like, the Pope or somebody in the Roman, you know, told Galileo, like, don't be spreading that stuff about the Earth being not the center of the universe.
Right.
And so they had that much power. They're like, pretty much they were like censoring people, like, oh, you can't say that. Say it this way. And they had that much influence and power because they control.
Basically, like the USA, man.
but why Christ though?
Because they used them as.
But why?
Because
why Christ?
It's the start of their religion.
Catholics? Why not the emperor? Why not like
the emperor's birthday, like his birthday? You know,
yeah, I mean, if you're a powerful emperor, right? Like the Romans. Why would you use Christ? Why not your birthday?
The Roman Empire is supposedly like, I think they started every year with a new emperor. They kind of restarted like the year.
Every year.
Every new emperor will start like a new year, the new year 1 and year 2, something like that. That's how they kept track.
Or like eras or something.
The new eras.
The eras.
And then I guess later on, when they brought in Christianity and Catholics, you know, as one religion, all right, and then fucking having the Roman Empire died, and then what stayed left was the religion,
the church,
and the church, and then the church just You know, all right,
I'm trying to remember because I know
I'm gonna keep it
the
like
actual.
that.
Why not a pope in that case?
For example, the Roman Empire.
Why Christ is my question. Why him?
Why did they pick that dude?
Yeah, why him?
Because that's when everything must have changed. That's when he came in and.
Why Christ? It's a simple answer, man. Y'all keep like trying to look into Google and try to find. It's a simple answer, man. Why him?
Because he showed up.
Because he was the son of God, dude. Because he was
a
a Messiah, and they knew
They
it.
took the religion of Buddhism and they used who's it?
Buddha?
Is it Buddha?
Yeah.
Confucius.
They say the Roman Empire used that as their religion.
But they didn't.
No, I'm just saying, as just, like an example.
It wasn't in the region.
You know, that's what. No, it wasn't.
It wasn't.
But they knew about it. They knew about the world. They knew about it. They used to trade.
Eventually. But they could say, all right, we're gonna use that as the Roman Empire's religion. Right, boom. And then you could say later on they could probably use it. All right, we're gonna start the year when we started Buddha, whatever.
Right.
And then today we'd have been talking about, oh, why Buddha?
And I get it. I totally get it. But it didn't happen like that.
Because the Roman Empire stayed with the church.
Because Christ was the Messiah. That's why. It's just simple, dude. It's simple. It's simple.
Up and caused chaos and messed up everybody's religion.
Yeah, dude. He came and he did his thing, man. For sure, changed the whole world. You guys know about the apostles, right? They were hunted down. They were slaughtered, dude. They were tortured, right?
Yeah.
So Christ was not like. People think that they lived like a happy life. Now, man, Christians are being persecuted, dude. Actually, one of the apostles, I think it was Paul, I could be wrong, was persecuting Christians, man, before he became an apostle. He was killing Christians when God was like, hey, come, right?
Yeah.
So it doesn't make sense that the people in power at the time reset a time to Christ when Christians, dude, were being hunted down. It just doesn't make sense, dude. It doesn't make sense at all, unless they knew who he was and what he did, and we're like, you know what?
Mad respect. We're gonna reset time.
It has to be done, right? It has to be done, right? That's the only. I mean, it's not that hard, dude. It's not that hard to just, you know. That's what I'm saying. That's what I'm saying, man. The whole world is in 2020 because of him.
No, we're not. We're in 20 something.
I mean, besides the Chinese, right? The Chinese have like a different year, some shit like that.
They just have a different calendar year.
Oh, okay, but they're still on 2020.
Yeah.
There you go. There you go.
Like their New Year's isn't our New Year's. Their New Year's is like near the middle.
Oh, okay, so it's just different time.
Yeah.
Yeah, man.
But they're still like in 2020.
Well, I read something like we're like maybe like 4 years
Ahead
or behind of the actual year of when we started.
Who knows, dude?
Because it's hard to keep track of.
We gotta be
when we
archaeologists.
actually
be archaeologists and
actually
dig the
started.
stones and figure out where we're at.
Nah, it's waste of time, dude. Waste of time. It's just, you know, it is what it is, man. You believe or you don't. You believe, good. You don't. All right. You know.
We gotta dig so we can see where in the limestone we're at. So we can
I don't believe that, man.
Like, but that's so weird, right? Like, that's like, I guess the dinosaur talk where it's like, oh yeah, this was 4 million years ago because we digged in this area and because of the asteroid dust around there.
Right.
If there was an asteroid.
I mean, that was a question that they couldn't answer last time too. It's like, how far do you gotta dig to reach 65 million years?
Or 4. I think it was 4 billion years. That's how.
No, the dinosaurs were 65 million years ago.
Like how old?
No, how many feet or inches or miles do you have to dig down to go down 65 million years
and then go back in
of
time.
age?
Yeah. Where you go?
Here in Texas.
You to the to the desert over there. Our own Grand Canyon that we got. It's over there by like I don't know. Like Amarillo.
Have there been any fossils in dinosaur fossils in Texas?
Yeah.
They have.
Fossils, yeah.
I don't know.
That's true.
I haven't seen shit.
You haven't seen a fossil?
I've seen like a little like a snail shell.
It's a fossil.
That's a rock.
It's a fossil.
Yeah, I mean, I'm not saying they don't exist. All I said was that
Where you find it?
they were not 65 million years old. No.
That's
A couple thousand.
advanced science.
Yeah.
Couple
Well, I mean,
thousand.
science says that you can carbon date. I will listen. If there's scientists out there, I will gladly volunteer myself to donate a piece of my bone. Right, you can chop my finger off. Right, chop it. You know, just a tip. Fuck it, I'll do it, man. Just to prove this shit, you can chop the tip of my finger and carbon date my bone. I will fucking do it, man. Just to. I gotta fucking edit it. Okay, so it's back on.
Like, subscribe, comment. We'll give you a shout out if you comment.
Well, you can't.
I'll chop off.
You can't do that because they already know. They just go in the system and look for you, and alright, we'll just give you the date. You gotta give them
You're
a
right.
bone of somebody that.
You're right.
It's like supposedly. I read a comment.
Damn, man.
I don't know. I don't know
You're
if it's
smart.
true. That supposedly like it was like just a comment saying like how long do you have to wait before you go like to a graveyard instead of being to be called like archaeology, or before it's like called graveyard, like grave robbing. Like, and there's really next time it says like, you know, it was like 50 years before it's called it's archaeology, we're just digging. It's not grave robbing.
Then you brought up a good point. They could just like
That's why you
Feed me
say
some fake
go
shit.
to an old graveyard.
get some bones.
You know, it's not grave robbing. It's been 100 years already. Get a bone and all right, here you go. Carbon dating. How long is this, or how old was the person? I don't know.
What's the museum that has the Jesus DNA, or supposedly there's like a cloth that has his DNA and they have it.
Oh yeah, the mantle. You talking about the
I remember
mantle?
seeing it on TV. Oh,
Yeah, I think it's
DNA,
in France or
you
some
can like
shit.
code it and see how he really looked.
Nah,
No,
man.
the church has it now.
The Vatican?
Yeah, I think they have the mantle, and then one time they gave, they let like scientists examine it and all that, and then
That's all bullshit.
scientists they say that
all
it's
bullshit.
not real, it's fake, you know,
Yeah.
it's like from this time,
Right.
you know, but then later on they say you're probably getting a piece of the mantle where it was probably like new. It was probably like sewn into like, cause I guess they were trying to keep it intact because it's not gonna last like 2,000 plus years, you know. And then the scientists like, all right, we'll examine it again, but give us permission. And I guess the church like, no more.
That's all bullshit, man. I saw that mantle, and you can see like his beard and like the typical white Jesus, man. The typical white Jesus, and I'm like, that's fucking fake, dude. No, nobody has anything of Jesus, physical, I don't believe that.
Something had to survive.
I don't know, man. If things did survive, I believe that the fucking Vatican has them. Because the Vatican, did you know that the Vatican is his own country, dude? They're not part of Italy. Yeah, dude. They're not part of Italy. They're their own. They have their own state.
It's his own country.
Yeah.
They have their own military.
They have their own. Yeah, dude. Real talk. Real talk. They got their own laws. I believe that the fucking Vatican, dude. The Ark of what was that?
The covenant.
The Ark of the Covenant, dude, where God's Spirit, dude, there's two angels with the wings like this, dude, and then God's Spirit will resonate in there, dude. Oh, man, it describes it in Exodus, I believe.
I have a tablet.
Yeah, I think so. I don't know. I think they have all of that shit, dude. The original 10 Commandments that Moses brought down.
Well, the new ones. because he had some and then he broke them and he went up.
Damn, look at
And he
you,
went up and got new ones.
bro.
That's what I'm
Schooling
saying.
me
Right
on
there,
the
he probably
Bible,
said
man.
there's probably 12 commandments. He's like, fuck these two. It's only 10.
Shit,
He
dude.
probably got mad like, I don't like this one. Oh, I have an excuse not to break them because they're worshiping the fucking bull.
Bow.
Bam.
No, it's a calf, golden calf.
You know, and he's
Uh-huh.
like, alright, I'm gonna make me a new one and take these two away.
No, it's possible. I mean,
Just like the
But
Bible, and it was written by Jesus Christ.
nah, man. Where's your proof? Do you have any writing that says that? At least.
It's in the Vatican. They have it.
Okay.
Yeah.
So
That's
then you don't have it.
the
You
The
don't have
Vatican. We're sure the Vatican they have the truth. They have the actual truth there, but it's so hidden away that it's like forbidden from anybody to like
Yeah.
look at it.
I guarantee you
Because
they
the
got
church
everything.
has changed the Bible throughout the years, and they pretty much have like the actual one that was at the time when supposedly Jesus Christ was.
Well,
and
you
the apostles.
well, okay, but see, you're getting confused because you know it was written. It's different books written by different people at different times.
Yeah, they probably have like the originals hidden away in the Vatican vault.
I wouldn't be
like that-
surprised.
like that,
I wouldn't be
there's-
surprised.
So there's no proof out in the world. We have it. We have the first edition,
Yeah, but they can't change it though.
and then
They
it's
can't
like,
change
we're gonna release it, volume 2.
I mean, but there's no proof of that, man. There's no proof of
We
that.
won't know until we go to the Vatican.
Yeah,
And
yeah. It says that it's written in your heart, so you should know.
There we go. We're gonna start a war against the Vatican, and we'll check it out.
Hey, man, I honestly believe fucking Satan.
Flag this video. They're coming.
Yeah, man. Fuck, dude. What was the time before?
Oh, we're already an hour and 20 minutes.
Really? Again?
Who knows?
Well, the first one was like all of Easter was like in the first 30 minutes, and then we went into the church power struggle in the second half.
Which I mean, it's kind of it goes hand in hand, you know.
Yeah, because the church basically, just like I said, to keep everybody united, and to bring the pagan people into the church, and we're gonna use some of your stuff and embed it in our stuff, and then boom, still going, man.
Nah, man, that's it. An hour and 30. Yeah, that's a lot, man.